What's up guys, welcome back. In today's video we're going to get the little Mb100 on the dyno back here, little 79cc mini bike. What we're going to do is try out this new software and we're going to see if we can advance this bike to more power. Let's go, dude. Hey guys, we got our first 3 pulls on our performance trends software. The graphs look really good. We'll get up here and take a look. Yeah guys, so I kind of wanted to do a baseline before we get into the video here of trying to advance the timing on this thing because I just hooked the software up and I'm very excited. The chainsaw dyno had to be put on hold. I got some ideas to get the saw spooled up a little higher RPM, and I kind of know where I went wrong, and that'll be in another video, guys. But let's get over here and take a look at the results here on the old Massimo. I think I'm saying that right. Massimo 79cc Mb100 little mini bike. And guys, stick around. We have something we're gonna do that's pretty cool with this thing coming in another video, guys. So stick around for that. We have this back up with the RPM, how it should look. We were revving out about 5,400 to 5,500 on this old girl. And we got our calculated dialed in there. Our torque numbers are up a little higher. As you can see, we're around. So interesting thing, and keep in mind guys, the torque may change with the gear, but it will not affect, the gear ratio does not affect horsepower numbers, okay? So don't get confused with that. But it looks like coming up, we're a little better out front on the first pull here, and then we started to lose that down there. A lot of that's jetting, and guys, we only made like 2.17 to 2.2 horsepower there. If you look over here, all the way out here, 2.6 or 2.16, 2.17. So I got 2.17, 2.16, 2.05 out here. We started falling off on the end out there on that. That could be just the dyno though, but they're all like right close in there. So let's just say we're running solid around like 2.2 horsepower. So if we advance the timing, if we hit 2.3, 2.4 horsepower, we know we gained. So we're gonna work on trying to see if we can advance the timing on this. And like I said before on the video, I can tell it's kind of lean. We are much colder than when I tuned this the last time. We're getting a lot colder conditions. It means the bike's gonna lean out a little bit. I don't think it's super lean, but I can tell a little bit. So we might need to enrich in the needle on this thing and see how it responds to get this thing back to peak performance and running good. So yeah, so there's that, guys. Let's get this flywheel off and see if we can advance the timing on this thing. All right, as I pull this up one more time so everybody can kind of look at all the information, because this just comes up as where you put the cursor and stuff, and then you get your numbers over there until you pull your report or print it out. Anyhow, getting used to the software. As you can see, those 3 pulls we did with correcting the corrected RPM. We had 2.18, and then we went to 2.25 and 2.24. How accurate is that, guys? So and that kind of came in backwards a little bit, but I can tell it sounds like it's a little bit lean. It may or may not, but I don't think it's off by a whole lot here, guys. So the torque went up to about 3.8 foot-pounds, the 4.3 there. And again, guys, those might be a little bit higher than normal. I'm not 100%. I have to look at factory specifications for this bike, but keep in mind that the horsepower numbers will be spot on with an inertia dyno and how this dyno is set up. So you don't have to ever worry about that. What, you know, kind of like the chainsaw dyno, it's kind of the other way around. The torque will be spot on. But if that makes any sense, it's all kind of confusing unless you're like a dyno guru or really good at math and putting these calculations together in your head. But yeah, guys, so up here we're putting up a solid 2.24, 2.25 horsepower. don't y'all worry, it didn't hurt a thing. All right, guys, so advancing your timing, you want to get to the pickup cool sooner. So if you go the wrong way, you're going to retard the timing, and more than likely you might lose power. All depends on where you want the power, honestly, but yeah. So there's that. So basically what you want to do, we know that this on the key will turn clockwise. So I'm just going to take me a lovely Sharpie and just say, hey, it's going that way. So what we want to do, see if we rotate this around the way it spins, we want to take this to clock it towards, so right here's where we pick up ignition, and I get right there is close to top, dead center. Anyhow, what we want to do is come around to our key, so we want this to get to the pickup cool sooner. Okay, we want to tilt it to where this magnet is hitting the pickup cool sooner to advance the timing. Start out like 4 or 5 degrees where it's just very minute. Don't go clocking it crazy or you're gonna run into problems. Take some off the key on this side here, or remove the key, hit it with my burr bit, and then we'll stick it back in. Stick it in backwards. I think you just turn around 180 and just make sure you're going the right way, guys, and you should be good to go if you want to try this little trick of advancing your way to timing. I have to get the screwdriver out and pop that old girl out there. I have these back there, so I could just take the stock one, throw it aside, and do one of the ones I have in stock, but I'm not too worried with this because we got other plans coming for this thing for you guys. So yeah, smash that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, guys. Help out the channel. Small percentage of my viewers are subscribed to the channel. If you want to help out the channel and see more content like this, guys, get down there, give us a like, share the video, and make sure you're a subscriber, dude. All right, let's get this thing ready to probably around 5 degrees or so. We're gonna try to advance this. I could put a timing wheel on here and be more precise with that, guys, but we're not gonna get too excited with this thing. Get back here, get it on the burr this thing down a little bit, get it back in here and advance this timing, guys. Actually, what I did, guys, instead of getting all crazy with the burr bit, is grab this file. That way I can keep it kind of straight. And yeah, just take some material off this way. That's a one-directional file. What are you doing? Yeah, taking about 17.5999599 thousandths off this. Yeah. No, I don't. Hey, you're on YouTube, so say hi.
Hi.
That was the boss. Wife called. All right. We're gonna see what that does, guys. I don't know. I will say, when this thing was hard to get out, the clearances were so crazy on this thing. So it was. We'll get this on and see how far it looks like it clocks it. Just do kind of an eyeball. So I'm not too bad with that because with the porting 2-strokes and stuff and putting a degree will, just from looking at how much the flywheel moves, and it's kind of jinky to say this, but you get a general idea what 4 or 5 degrees looks like on moving the flywheel. So let's get this keyway in here, get this flywheel mounted up here, guys, and we will see how much it advances at clocking, and then we might pull it apart and refile again if it doesn't look like enough. And if it's too much, you just kind of hold it in place and zap the flywheel nut down, or crankshaft nut down, and it should be good to go. All right, get some live action for y'all. So yeah, we had the keyway, the bottom side filed to move this towards the pickup cool sooner, right? All right, so let me get the nut on here, guys, and we will put the camera back here so I can kind of use both hands here a little bit. Okay, guys, so I pretty much took this and put it on the compression stroke, and you can see here Let me see if you guys can get a better view. Sorry if it's GoPro footage on this video. So if you kind of look back here at the hole, you can kind of, yep, that's easily 5 degrees, guys. So what we're gonna do is kind of hold this way, let that stay that way, and then what we want to do is put this nut on here. And what's advantage about the way this crankshaft spins, and the socket is spinning right tight with the flywheel. We don't have to worry about the flywheel jumping the other way. So this should advance us right off the back, guys. Or we shouldn't have to worry about it pulling the flywheel the other way. Kind of just holding it right. Wada bing, wada boom. We should be on to some about 4 or 5 degrees timing there, I would imagine. So we will wrap up all this and get it back together and see if we can beat. I would have to say 2.2-ish. You know, see if we beat 2.2-ish horsepower. What if it jumps to 2.5? Oh! Got excited. Forgot to put my brace on there, guys. For lack of better terms. We're gonna call it something of that nature. Don't laugh at me. All right, we got her on there now. All right. All right, let the bike get up the temperature here. We're gonna do some pulls. About 4 or 5 degrees, advanced timing, guys. Improvement dudes. All right, guys, come on in here. Let's hit the lights and pull up the data from the 4 to 5 degree advanced timing on the old 79cc Mb100. All right, guys, so we made a 2.3 horsepower, 2.36 horsepower on the advanced timing, and our best pull before the advanced timing was 2.25 horsepower. Now, guys, this is real interesting because look at the torque difference here. We went up from 3.29 foot-pounds to 5.03 foot-pounds. And this thing could use a little bit of tuning, I know that, but let's get this graph ready and show you all the graph and stuff here. And the look at the front side of this curve and the torque difference from this is rather impressive. Here's the gap right here on the front side curve. The green's kind of hard to see there. I should change that color. I can see it good, but I'm not sure you guys can see it good. But look at that gap there we filled, and then we started to lose a little bit when we hit about 3,000. When we started to hit, you know, the 3,000 to 4,800 part, and then we peaked out a little harder up here. So sometimes theories and the way people do scientific measurements with calculations and all that, 100% is done to figure out a lot of things. But this dynos will tell you otherwise. Dynos will show you against theory sometimes, and there's a lot of factors to put into play, honestly. But yeah, so pretty good improvement there. What would that be? 4.7% gains. I'm going to pull up some reports for you guys to look at here and kind of compare the two. So I'm going to get you on this screen. I think you might be able to see it better. I just have to show this one more time. Look at the torque difference here on these torque curves. This Jazz, I think I'm going to start rolling the wheel to about 500 RPM, and, you know, 2 to 3 to 5, somewhere in there to kind of get rid of this jazz and then start to test. And then you got to remove some of that ugliness out of the graph. And I know that I can cut some of that out in the software itself when I'm on tour, but that, yeah, that torque difference here, then there's the exchange right around, you know, 3,000 RPM, and then the first run did better up top. So this basically showed our advanced timing on here. We gained down low and lost up top. All right, we're gonna try this screen. As you can see here, we had a max horsepower of 2.38 horsepower with the advanced timing, 4 or 5 degrees. When we started out, we got a baseline max pull at 2.26 horsepower. Get out of there. Stop it. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so yeah, we got a max horsepower 2.3 and or 2.38 horsepower, and we started out today at about 2.26 horsepower. Here's a look at the graph again. We got our printout back here, pretty cool. As you can see, we got a significant gain in torque today, down low, torque down low, and then we kind of evened out all the way through the power band there and kind of peaked out with a little bit higher peak horsepower there on the green. So we did gain peak horsepower there at 2.38 horsepower, guys. So boom. All right, if you're going to try this for the first time, keep in mind that you may want to keep going and to go for more power, but there's a certain fine line that I think you're going to fall off. So, and you have to be careful, listen for detonation. If you just want to go with just a slight 4 or 5 degree, just do what I did in the video, and you're going to make a little bit of power, just about 5% gain there, and that's not too bad. Could we want a little further? I think we could have 100%, guys, but yeah, so that's that. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the content. If you like to see content like this, guys, make sure you subscribe, comment down below, give me a like too, man. All right, guys, talk to you later, and thanks for watching.